Countries are reeling from the impact of the coronavirus pandemic after weeks of lockdown that forced economies to shut down. Many countries have slipped into a recession while others are just on the brink of it. Millions of people have lost their jobs as companies continue to lay off staff, pushing unemployment rates to unprecedented heights. In Nigeria, about 34.9 million Nigerians will lose their jobs due to the pandemic, and that's according to the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo. Joining me now is the C.E.O Business School, Netherlands, Nigeria, Lere Baale. Lere, it's good to have you join me this morning. Now, COVID-19 has come to alter all the projections that in every sector of endeavor that everyone had from January looking into the year. COVID-19 has shattered all of that and set a new template. For us here, what do you think will be the biggest economic impact of COVID-19? Which will be the most visible out of all?
Thank you. Good morning. Thanks for hosting me this morning. One of the biggest impact is the situation whereby fear is created about and fear itself as a way of affecting productivity. So generally, there's bound to be fear will affect the productivity of people. And from there, people will start to learn some lessons, and invariably, people will start to look for solutions. Because with every challenge, there's an opportunity. In terms of industry, it's going to have significant impact on as we all know, it has already impacted the oil industry, and it's going to have significant impact on tourism, on aviation, on automotives, and construction industry. A number of industries will also benefit significantly, like the healthcare, the food industry, the personal healthcare, the ICT, and a number of other industries will stay in between because of the changes in the values of people and changes that will occur as a result of where people will lay emphasis on. People are much more concerned about their health now than tourism.
All right. One other area that is a little scary, or maybe, let me say, of great concern to everyone, is the issue of employment. And from the reports we're getting from the government, more than 34 million people are going to lose their jobs by the end of the year. Now, talk to us about this. How scary is this, and what could be the implication of this if it really happens?
At times when people speak about employment and unemployment, there's some level of misunderstanding. One, there's employment, there could be unemployment, and there could be underemployment. What that means is that somebody is qualified as a graduate to do a particular work may need to do something a little bit lower than what an average graduate will normally do. However, the issue is this. There's bound to be a change in terms of where employment will be required. So what is required for people is to actually retool and reskill. Like I mentioned to you, it's a learning period. So somebody who is not used to working by remote and whose job is more of physical presence in the office and cannot do any of his work by remote, we need to design a model that enables him to work by remote. And if we're not willing to, change is the only constant in the world. And if you're not willing to retool, you're not willing to reskill, you're not willing to change and transform the mindset, because remote work will become a widely accepted methodology than it used to be. Finding talent will even become easier because there will be more people, new hires will be available globally via remote work. That means somebody who is in Nigeria can do your work for you, and somebody outside Nigeria might be able to also do the same work sitting in his own house in US. So the competition for talent itself is going to increase. So anybody who refuses to retool will not be able. And so the key, in this case, to reduce unemployment is to actually keep educating yourself. So the key to the problem is key, K-E-Y, keep educating yourself. You just have to keep educating yourself, and that's the way to become relevant into this situation. Virtual learning will become a major thing. So you don't really need to be physically in all the places where you are in a school in order to be able to learn. Virtual reality will therefore advance so that employees can actually work more collaboratively through common ways. And so telemedicine will also improve. So you don't need to queue in a teaching hospital for you to be able to have access to a physician. Although it might require you to see a physician physically after some time. So a physician is not used to telemedicine will not be able to have much gain under this. But somebody who's already embracing telemedicine, who understands what it is and who knows how to make it happen. So there's bound to be some increase in the employment of the ICT guys, and people are willing to move towards what the circumstances is calling on than those who wants to stay in the old order.
Okay. Now, Lere, the Central Bank of Nigeria has injected several trillions of naira into the economy as a way of stabilizing the economy and keep it afloat. I wonder what impact this is having on the way the economy is running.
We must commend the CBN for coming up with those ideas as early as possible. Now, idea is one thing, implementation is another thing. If these resources are available to the right people at the right time and they are productively utilized, it's bound to have a very positive impact on the economy. Remember, when we speak about the economy, it's not as if just stepping into the marketplace in the morning and by afternoon things start to transform. It's going to take time because those investments will need to be made by people by people based on the injection from the CBN. And at the end of the day, it might take some time. But in order to prevent a total collapse of the economy, all this money is being injected into the system. For example, the money injected into the agri sector will take time before the land to be acquired, crops will be sown, or seed will be sown, and it will take time before they start to germinate and then you start to harvest. So invariably, they will have positive impact if they are utilized well. There are some funds that are being injected into the healthcare industry as well. As soon as they are released, you need to place order for some of those goods, and it takes I think it takes as much as about.
All right.